Hello and welcome to Oort Night. I am the ConflictNerd, and after we're done filming here, I'm gonna track down the that left coal under my tree. Some of you may be surprised to know, but Oort Online is about to get even better looking. A large number of the textures in the game at the moment are in fact placeholders for future work. In this image posted to the Oort Online Twitter earlier this week, we can clearly see some significant changes to the look and the feel of the game. Textures on the blocks now closely resemble some of the concept art that we've seen, and this can only be a good thing as it will help Oort Online to create its own unique look. As well as that comparison image, I'm pleased to show you this exclusive look at the textures in another setting. Here you can clearly see just how detailed these textures are, again helping to create the identity of Oort Online. In addition to these looks at the new textures for the game, we also got our first proper glimpse at mini-maps in action. In this video from the Oort Online YouTube channel, we see Ben and employee for a day, Jack, showing off the functionality of the mini-maps, which we can expect to see sometime in early 2015.
Let's look at a new feature that hasn't been released because we haven't finished it video with Shadow Jack. So what we actually wanted to show you today was some of the features we haven't released yet, and the main one we want to show is the mini-map, which I guess I'll put the video in the corner there, so it's like up there somewhere.
On top of this, there was another video, this time showing off some very early work on character races and abilities.
Line up, team.
In high order?
Yeah. So today we just wanted to give you a little update on the early development of the Oort Online Races feature. So
if you want to watch these full videos, you can follow the links in the description below or click the annotations on screen right now. Last week, I asked all of you in the Oort Online community to come up with your own ideas for character races, as well as the stats and a bio for that race, and you did just that, so I decided to pick out some that I quite enjoyed. Ganzorf the Great came up with GOATMEN. They look like humanoid goats with a wide variety of horn shapes and fur length, color and patterns depending on where they live. They have higher stamina, starve slower, and are more resistant to heat, cold, and poison. I would imagine they would live nomadic lifestyles going between worlds and trading/raiding, or possibly more peaceful goatmen could live as wizened sages in temples resting upon snow-capped mountains or hanging below flying islands. I could certainly see goatmen. That's actually a really nice idea, that you have the option to trade or raid, or live in a place hanging from an island. Gyro Paradox wrote up an interesting list with the idea that every race could have a sub-race or subspecies, reptiles having geckos, chameleons, snakes and dragons, mammals having things like bison, wolves and weasels, avians having things like owls, and so on. I like the idea. I really do. The idea that you'd have that depth of customization and option with, a race, and then say specifically what kind of animal or creature you want to be from that race. That's a really interesting way to look at things, and a really clever way to look at things too. And finally, Ryan Gray. He also wrote a list that happens to be over 70 lines long. He had a hell of a lot of ideas for character races, including their height, abilities, and designs. I'm not going to go into detail on this one because it's so long, but you can find links to all three of these posts in the description below, and more character ideas in the comment section on the previous episode of Oort Night. I'm thinking that we'll keep up the trend of asking questions to the community, so since it's currently Oortmas, how are you spending the holidays? A humble shack? An Oortmas getaway, or warm and secure inside your castle watching Oort flicks? Leave your answers in the comment section below, and I will pick out some of my favourites to show off in the next episode of Oort Night. Anyway folks, that is going to be it, and this is actually the last Oort Night of the year, so thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful Oortmas and a happy new Oort. You're looking fabulous, by the way, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.